Erie Street Apartments versus Aisha Hunter. You're right, Ashaya. Now let me. Ashaya Hunter. She is here in a room with me. She did bring some associates, family or friends, and they're just in the room to bring them in here. Here's somebody else coming in. Anyway, Miss Hunter, they want you to move. They filed what's called a request to terminate your tenancy for just cause. And they listed those reasons in your complaint. They allege material non-compliance and other things. Some has to do with people that are visiting you. To further complicate things, if you get evicted from a residential subsidized housing, and maybe make it difficult or impossible for you to get in somewhere else. Mr. Bradshaw, do you have any additional input on this?
It would not, without going into the facts in depth, Your Honor, what I would suggest is that I get some contact information from Ms. Hunter. And as you stated previously, we're always more than willing to enter into some sort of conditional dismissal agreement whereby Ms. Hunter would not have a judgment against her. But ma'am, if the court's more than likely gonna schedule this for another hearing, and in the meantime, I can contact you, and if you or any representative you might have, and maybe try to get this resolved without a judgment in some way. So if you give me your phone number maybe to start, that would be great.
All right, well, I don't want to do that on a live stream, so.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Can I give you mine, ma'am? I can give you mine.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'll give her your number and then she can contact you.
Let me give you my direct to my desk, Your Honor.
Right.
Tell me when you're ready.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Bradshaw.
Yes, area code 269-569-7590. One more time, 269-569-7590.
All right, now, he's willing to speak with you to see if you can work out some resolution. I'm assuming at this point you don't wish to move, is that correct?
For now, no.
No, you wish to stay there. Who else lives there besides you?
Just me and my son.
Now, these are allegations. They haven't been proven. They've alleged these things and they're asking that you move. In order to actually complete it, you'd either have to agree to move or we'd have to have some sort of hearing to establish that these things occurred. I would strongly suggest that you contact legal aid. Have you done that yet?
Yes, sir.
She's normally here with us on the feed, but she may, I think, otherwise occupied this morning. But I would also recommend that you call legal aid and ask for Meg. You've got the number in your packet. Meg Bauer is her name. Now, the law says I have to adjourn this matter at least 7 days, which will take us to next Friday. We're done with vacations and holidays and that sort of thing for a while. So that would be Friday, May 1st at 2:30. Now, I'll give you this. I don't have a bailiff in here. I can't hardly get out of this chair. All right. Now, we're going to revisit this next Friday at 2:30. You need to call Mr. Bradshaw and discuss this with him. Let's say they say, all right, we agree if you move out by May 30th, that we will dismiss this case, and there won't be any eviction that'll show on your record. That's something that you could negotiate with them. But let's say on the other hand, you don't wish to move, you wish to have a hearing. You can seek assistance from legal aid, and they could take testimony on the reasons why they want you to move. And if they get what they ask for, you would have 10 days from that date to move out. And it would go on your record and probably make it very hard for you to get in subsidized housing again. Now, next Friday, you're welcome to come in live again. We're gonna be in that big courtroom, and your friends and family can all come in there. They can't come in this little room. So I'm recommending you call Mr. Bradshaw and you call legal aid. And you've got the number for legal aid in the packet of information that I sent you.
Okay.
And the matter is continued until next Friday at 2:30 in that big room down the hall.
Okay, so I'm thinking of what you have said. You said May 30th, if I want to move.
Well, that was just a proposal. They may suggest something like that. They'll say, well, we'll give you to the end of the month. If they got what they asked for next week, you'd have till May 10th to move out, or you'd be subject to being evicted, May 11th.
If it
But we
pleases,
aren't there.
if it pleases the court, Your Honor, I think at this time I have authority to state if Ms. Hunter wished to enter into a conditional dismissal to have this case dismissed upon the condition that she vacate by May 30th. I can do that right now if that's something she's interested in doing. Again, you would not have a judgment against you, and we'd give you a neutral reference.
All right, so you can consider that. They would agree to give you until May 30th to vacate. If you vacate voluntarily, they'll dismiss the case. There won't be any negative reference for future housing, and this won't go on your record as an eviction.
Okay,
So we can discuss that. If you can agree to move by May 30th, the whole case could get dismissed.
I can do that.
All right, so you agree with that right now?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you agree that you will vacate by May 30th. They will dismiss these allegations in the complaint, and the matter will be dismissed and won't show as a record of a termination. Now, you've just agreed without counsel to a settlement. I will tell you that you do have 3 days to move to set this settlement aside. If you get home and you decide you didn't understand what you agreed to, or you felt pressure to do it, you have 3 business days, which will be next Wednesday, to tell me that you'd like to have further hearing on the matter. Mr. Bradshaw is going to prepare a conditional order of dismissal, and he is going to say this matter is dismissed if you vacate by May 30th. If you don't, they will then ask for a writ of eviction to have you removed. But if you do move, that case will be dismissed. Now, when you do move, you need to turn in your keys and give your forwarding address in writing within 4 days of your moving.
I prepared that already, Your Honor. I have it right here. I can submit to the court in a couple of minutes. Well, when we finish with the hearings this morning.
All right. I don't know the facts. They allege these things that they want you to move. This will save you from having an eviction on your record, and that's helpful. Hopefully you can find someplace within the next 26 days, 36 days. But you'll get a copy of that in the mail. You don't need to call Mr. Bradshaw. He's going to send us a conditional order of dismissal. We'll send it to you. And as long as you're out by May 30th, turn in the keys, give your forwarding address in writing, case is over. All right, I'll send you that. You're good to go. And I'm sorry. Now, this is on YouTube. If you want to watch it, or your friends or family want to see what happened, you can go on my YouTube channel and watch it.
Okay.
But it'll be on there for a few days, and it'll be taken down. But I'm sorry they couldn't come in this little bitty room, but you seem to know your own mind. You're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good luck.
This is a non-payment of rent case. Rent is alleged to be $756 per month. The arrearage at the time of filing was 1521. What's the status here today, Mr. Bradshaw?
Your Honor, and Ms. Hicks, the current amount due through the month of April is $2,277 in rent. There's $183.79 in court costs, so the total due through April is $2,406.79. Just if it helps for reference, the last time I'm showing a payment was on January 12th of $756. I'm more than happy to do a conditional dismissal, giving you an opportunity to get that paid without a judgment against you.
I believe I paid February's rent. It was just, it's due on the 1st and I have until the 10th grace period, and I actually paid it on the 11th, the morning of the 11th.
How much do you pay, do you know?
Actually, I believe it was $855 because the property manager's been out due to some surgery or something. I'm not positive on what, but she's been out since like October of last year. So we have a fill-in, and when I did my yearly recertification papers, they told me that my rent was $855, which I was like, what? So I believe I paid the $756, and unfortunately, actually, just a minute, I was gonna say, I don't have that paperwork with me. I have recently, today should be my final trip over to Three Rivers to get my last bit of things that are there. Because I'm moving to help my family member.
All right, so you're moving out?
Yeah, yes, I am moving out,
Alright.
but I would like to
How
get
much time
paid.
will it take? Can you be out in the next 10 days?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be out today. I should have the
Alright.
rest of my belongings out today. Most of my
All
stuff
right.
is out. I just have a bed and a couch.
All right, well, let's go with the end of April. How's that, Mr. Bradshaw?
That's
If we give her-
great, Your Honor. I'm gonna prepare this DC 508 stating that she will vacate the premises on or about 4/30/26. This is not a request for money, ma'am. It's a request for either pay the rent or vacate, and it sounds like you're vacating. So as long as you turn your keys in and let them know have vacated by April 30th, then the case will stay dismissed, if that makes sense.
When you say dismissed, will that show an eviction when they run my report?
No, it will not.
Okay,
All right, that's the benefit of a conditional order of dismissal. They will show that the case is dismissed. When you move, you need to turn in your keys and give your forwarding address in writing within 4 days of your moving. Now, Mr. Bradshaw said this, but it may not have sunk in. They're not asking for money damages right now. They're asking you to move. This is called a possession judgment.
okay,
If they do sue you for money damages, we will have another hearing, put people under oath. We'll try to figure out, did you pay February's rent or not? Was there a security deposit that should be applied to any unpaid rent or utilities for damage? And then we'll make a determination regarding money damages. This hearing is only regarding possession. So you've agreed to the entry of a conditional order of dismissal. You agree to vacate by April 30th, turn in your keys and give your forwarding address. Case will be dismissed. It won't show on your credit record and it won't show as an eviction. Now, you don't have a lawyer and you just made this agreement. And again, you have 3 business days to ask me to set this matter aside if you feel you didn't understand or you were pressured into this. That would be next Wednesday. And that's under 4.201. Anyway, this sounds like a good agreement. You're agreeing to move anyway. this will get the case dismissed. It won't reflect on your ability to get other housing. And if they are gonna sue you for money damages, they can do that. Now, when you send your forwarding address in writing, that triggers the security deposit law. And they can, as I said, apply your security deposit to any unpaid rent or damages.
Okay. Real quick, was there I mean, if I paid in full, would there be an option for me to stay? I guess I
Yes,
was just under the impression that, no matter what, I
no,
was being
they're
evicted.
not terminating your tenancy like the first lady. They're just asking you to pay rent.
That would be, and that amount was the amount that I stated, the current amount
Yeah,
of
2,406.79.
right.
So do you think you want to try to stay there, or it sounds like you're already almost moved out?
I am almost moved out and it's an upstairs apartment and I'm not crazy about it. I'm not getting any younger. I love my apartment, but yeah,
I'll give you a tip. It doesn't get any easier.
I'm telling you, I'm learning the
They
hard way.
moved me to the third floor of the historic courthouse, and I have 48 steps.
Oh my
I've committed,
goodness.
I've committed to take the stairs every day rather than use the elevator. I'm 70, but I'm not dead yet, so,
Right.
I will take the steps every time I go up and down. So, yeah, it doesn't get any easier. All right, Miss Hicks, he will send you this conditional order of dismissal, and, you should be in good shape.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. I don't like this at all. Is Elizabeth close or Angela Ostemo close with you?
No, they've already moved out. They've been moved out since the first notice of just my grandma printing something out from her computer.
All right, so Yvonne is your grandmother?
Yes, but I
Yes.
didn't do it from the computer. I came right to the courthouse.
Angela Ostema actually didn't live with us. She was just always visiting.
That's not true.
It is true.
All right, stop. Stop. We're in a courtroom. All right, Mr. Walter, your grandmother wants you to move out of this house. There is no lease. She served a notice to quit on February the 10th and asked you to move. What's your position?
I'm already moved out.
All right, do you have any objection to her having immediate possession?
Yes, I do, because anything that's in the house, my mother actually lives at the residency. My mother is the one who lives there, and she says until I get myself onto my feet that I can take my possessions um, with me. But I don't actually have a place to stay right now. I'm in a hotel, so I could only pack so many things with myself. But I am out of the house right now, and
All
I've
right,
been
so your
out since
grandmother has evicted
last Sunday.
you, but not your mother?
Exactly.
I'm not sure you could do that, but,
Well, I'm on a land lease with her. I own it and she's buying it. And
On a land
it's her
contract?
home. Pardon?
on a land contract?
Yes.
All right. Um,
And I paid like $10,000 of that.
just a minute.
Sorry.
So what's, the mother's name?
Lisa Van Sumeren, VanSumeren.
And she's buying the house on a land contract?
Yes.
And you're not seeking to evict her.
No,
You don't have authority to do this.
I don't.
No, the land contract holder is the person that possesses the house. You can't sell a house on a land contract to somebody and then decide you don't like some of the people that live there and ask to evict them. You don't have the authority to do this. The land contract holder could seek an eviction, but you can't do that. In fact, it's the first time I've ever seen this.
Well, I still own the house.
Well, everybody that's selling something on a land contract, I still has some ownership interest, but you don't have. Don't vape while we're here in a court proceeding, if you would, Mr. Walther.
Okay,
Pretend
sorry
like we're
about that.
actually in
Sorry.
court. No, this matter is dismissed because you don't have the authority to bring it. You don't have standing because the land contract holder has standing.
Okay, well, I know she's in agreement.
Well, she can do it if she wishes to do it. She can move to terminate the tenancy.
Well, this is all due to, his abuse of her and me, myself. So I haven't, probably, I've written a sheet out of how many times the police have been there. It's,
Well, he's apparently moved out, so that's a start. But if she wishes to evict him, she can pursue it, but you don't have the authority to do it.
now if I take her back off the land contract, I would. Is that
Yes.
correct? Okay.
All right, if you go out to the counter, they'll give you a copy of this order. All right, thank you. Mr. Walter, you're good to go.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Boy, I do not like this at all. All right, you can go out the door and right across the hall, the clerk will come get this and give you a copy of the order. Mr. Walter will send you a copy saying that the matter is dismissed.
Thank you.
Mr. Barfield, you are a tenant in a landlord-tenant proceeding where your landlord is asking you to pay the rent or move. In such a case, you have certain legal rights, including the right to hire a lawyer. Can't afford an attorney. We do not have court-appointed counsel in civil matters, but you could seek advice from legal aid or other legal services. You have a right to have the case heard here in St. Joseph County where the property is located. You have a right to demand a jury trial, and if you wish to have a jury trial, you must tell me here at this first appearance or make the demand in writing within 5 days and pay the $50 jury demand fee, unless the judge waives the fee for your inability to pay it. If your landlord has asked you to be evicted from your residential property because you haven't paid rent, that's what this situation is, you may be able to get assistance from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, the local coordinated entry agency, a housing assessment resource agency, that would be Neighborhoods, Inc., or if you're a veteran, you may be eligible for some veterans services. You may be able to reach an agreement outside of court by going through mediation. If both parties are interested, we can help set that up. Or you may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord that means the case would get dismissed by way of a conditional order of dismissal, and we can discuss that as we go forward here. You've got somebody there with you. Who's also with you?
That's Vicky.
Does Vicky live there also?
Yes.
Vicky, what's your last name?
Barfield.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Bradshaw, what's the arrearage here?
Yes, Your Honor. The current amount due in rent through the month of April is $2,595.62. There's court cost of $268. So the total due through the month of April, Mr. and Mrs. Barfield, is $2,864.52. As the court mentioned, we could enter into a conditional dismissal allowing you to get this paid without your judgment, without a judgment entered against you.
All right, Mr. Barfield, what's your plan? Do you wish to try to stay there?
Oh, yes, sir.
Have you asked for any emergency help?
No, sir. I can pay it.
Oh,
I paid 1,500 yesterday. They may not have gotten that reported to them yet, but I paid 1,500 yesterday. And hopefully by the end of next week, I will have a payment plan to submit to the plaintiff and resolve it that way.
very good. That we have to adjourn this matter for 7 days. So we're gonna adjourn to May 1st, 2026 at 1:50. So it sounds like you're on your way. You've paid 1,500. If it posts, you'll be down to 1,364. You'd have an additional 10 days. Of course, on May 1st, another month's rent is due.
Right.
And we'll address that, but you can work out some sort of payment agreement with the landlord. And I would suggest that you do that. Mr. Bradshaw mentioned the possible conditional order of dismissal. And that would be a method of resolving this. Mr. Bradshaw, why don't I give him, we'll give him your direct number again. You
That'd
can
be
call Mr. Bradshaw to discuss that.
Yeah, so folks, just call my direct number, and that number is, I see you're writing it down. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, area code 269-569-7590. One more time, 269-569-7590.
Got it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Barfield, I think we're gonna be all right here, but yeah, otherwise, unless you hear otherwise or get a conditional order of dismissal, you're to be here, you can come by Zoom once again, next Friday, May 1st at 1:50. All right, you're good to go.